Hi everybody, Colleen here. Welcome to the next installment in the Deck Pairings series. And today we are looking at 4 decks. The Chronicles of Destiny Fortune Cards by Josephine Ellershaw, Emily Ellershaw, and Claudia McKinney. The Celtic Dragon Tarot by DJ Conway and Lisa Hunt. The Oracle of the Dragon Fae by Lucy Cavendish. And The Spirit Within Tarot by Stephen Bright. Now, they all work well together, but some pair better than others. So let's take a look. They are massive, massive boxes. This is the Llewellyn. Yeah, Llewellyn always have these like huge boxes. Right, so let's move these that way. Just a quick special mention to the Chronicles of Destiny Fortune cards, though. It is a beautiful box and it is meant to look like a book, which it absolutely does. And it's really lovely. It's got the little ribbon here. And the book sits in here and the card sits in there. It really is very, very pretty. I had the distinct pleasure of meeting Emily, and she signed my book for me, which is lovely. Righty-ho, so let's crack on. So what I will do is I will pop those there so that you know. So this is the Oracle of the Dragon Fae. This is the Chronicles of Destiny. This is the Celtic Dragon Tarot. And this is Stephen Bright's Spirit Within. So since I'm recording these videos in batch, I'm not sure in what order I'm going to upload them, but I have done, or I will do, depending on what order I decide to upload them in, a video where I did already combine these two decks in another pairing. So, but obviously I'll go through them again because it belongs in this set now. All right, let's just move those up a bit. Okay, so right. That is the two that we have here at the moment. Now, the Oracle of the Dragon Fae is not an Oracle deck that you can buy, take out the box and read immediately, because there are stories about the Dragon Fae, who are an old Fae race. And you would need to read the book to understand who these characters are and what they stand for. So for the purpose of today's exercise, we will just go with the picture and the keyword underneath. But I think if you were really working with these decks, you would need to delve into actually understanding who Gwyn and Eluish are in the grand scheme of things. Right, so let's crack on. So here already we have a beautiful, the colors immediately stand out, the greens and the yellows. And here we have the elder that says, heed wise counsel. And you kind of think, did this person not heed wise counsel? And that's why they've ended up in this kind of mental overwhelm position? Or, what's actually gone on there? 5 of Cups. And Grandmother Magics, I comfort you. Lovely. So the Sovereign, Gentle Power. 4 of Cups. The reason these two go well together, even if some of the colors don't immediately hit off well, is the bold colors. The fact that they're all clear-cut images, and the colors themselves are very bold. So there we go, there's colours there that look beautiful together. Interesting that they seem to be looking, perhaps walking in opposite directions too. Eight of Wands, and we've got a knock on the door. Ooh. A fast and furious knock on the door. 4 of Wands, bells will ring. Oh, that's interesting. Is it celebration bells? Do you think? Is it warning bells? You see how you can combine those two. And look, this card is 31, which reduces to 4. Love that synchronicity there. Fabulous. Tetsuya, have courage. 9 of Cups. There we go. How about that pairing? The lovers, have courage. So, excuse me, a great pairing. Pure male energy, Queen of Swords. That's an interesting one. Great color match there as well. So if you're looking at pure male energy, but you have the feminine touch, although quite a masculine element. Wonderful to delve into that one. So let's put Stephen Bright's deck to the side. And what we'll do now is we'll bring in the Celtic Dragon Tarot. Pop that up there just so you can see the backs. Now, the reason I put these two together really is just because there's a dragon theme. Now, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. We'll see how some of the pairings go. Just because 2 decks are dragon based doesn't mean that they're going to match. If you had one that was very sort of fairy and whimsical and you had another like here which is very stark, they're not going to look good together. So but see how you go. Okay, so let's just pop that to one side because we've got pure male energy. Oh, 2 of Cups, pure male energy. Your ancient wisdom is awakening. Ooh. 3 of Cups, you are stronger than you think. That's interesting as well, because I keep saying interesting. 3s, you know, growth and expansion, isn't it? It's an increase, it's expansion, it's growth. Is it strength that's increasing? Emotional strength specifically, because we're dealing with Cups. 4 of Cups, born innocent. 6 of Swords, wild, pure heart. Bridget, we are 1. Ace of Cups, aces are 1s, like that. Also the lovely blue of her dress is very water element, isn't it? The moon, the listener, sacred silence. That goes well together with the moon. Justice will prevail. The lovers. Ooh, let's just move a few on. Oh, there we go. That's a good one. Chains. So not called the devil in this deck. It's called Chains. Justice will prevail. Dream catcher. Dreaming your wisdom. I love this. Looks like the dragon's teaching the kids. How lovely. Queen of Swords. Whole again. Dragon Fae of rebirth. Beautiful orange dragon here. I mean, that's really powerful, that is. Whole again, rebirth. We're talking about the air element, which is all about the mental realm and communication. So you would bring that into, you know, whole again. Is it that you're able to speak truthfully now? You're able to think clearly? What does that mean to you? 7 of Pentacles. Look beneath the surface and you will find plenty more dragons. Lovely. The world and fly high. Look how they are going up. Beautiful. So the artwork might not be exactly the same, but here I think it's near enough. New moon and the sun. I think it's near enough that they match. The colors are similar. Conscious, aware, eating. The tower, be light of heart. Yeah, so I think, yeah, as we're saying, I think it's that the theme is close enough. The theme is similar, and the colors are close enough to allow them to match quite nicely. So that is the Celtic Dragon Tarot with the Oracle of the Dragon Fae. So now let's bring in the Chronicles of Destiny fortune cards. Now, the Chronicles of Destiny fortune cards don't have, I want to say they don't have a specific theme, but I always get the theme that they're a bit kind of medieval or shortly after, which is why I've paired it with this deck, because medieval kind of, whenever you watch dragon movies, most of the time they're done in the medieval era. But yeah, with that, I mean, I'm not doing a deck review on the Chronicles of Destiny, which I really must do because it really is an undervalued deck. And it's beautiful. Like I said, it's done like a book for a reason, and each of the cards follow on from each other. But anyway, let's just go through them now. So we'll see how these match, because these have this very distinct black border. These have a light border, but they have a lot of black, a lot of darkness in them, and I think that's where they're going to be matching. So here we have card number 4 and card number 40. You are a peaceful being. Chosen one and conflict. Love who you are. Victory. See what I mean? That it's kind of got this medieval, kind of fantasy medieval look to it. I love these two together. Clarity and treasure, but fernier. You know, she's all made out of ferns and greenery, and she's discovered this little box of treasure, but she's in the woods surrounded by all this greenery. So those two go beautifully together. If you watch this video where I've done the Dragon Fae before I speak about this card, I won't go into it here. Open your heart and union. Beautiful combination. Open your heart and union. Bliss and seek the counsel of crystals. And look, it almost looks like there's crystals inside of her here, doesn't it? Like she's taking in the energy. Calendar and nurture tenderness. It's called calendar because in the actual deck itself, this is a card related to a time period. So that's why it's called calendar, just in case you thought that sounded a bit odd. Knighthood and the lovers love each other. Again, you've got this arch here and this arch here, almost like they're matching. Did she knight him and then marry him? Ah, I love a good happily ever after. Now look at the body language of these two characters. I mean, that's just beautiful, isn't it? They're both staring at you head on, both very forceful, very proud, very dignified, ruler of the realm. And web of all life, this one's called. Beautiful. Even though I could see, obviously, that this has a spider here, and it's a spider theme and a lion, but still, body language is very similar. Book of Destiny and the Time Guardian. You have time. Book of Destiny. That also seems to suggest some sort of a time. You know, your destiny is something that you fulfill in the future, isn't it? So yeah, you still have time. Alchemy and boundaries. Be careful what you mix, you know, make sure you stay within the boundaries. The Butterfly Queen and the Blue Lady. They sound like a fantastic pair. Nothing is impossible. And that's great, because if I remember correctly, the Butterfly Queen is something to do with transformation in this deck. So that would also be beautiful. Nothing is impossible. And when you're talking about transformation and change, that'd be great. A brilliant solution is on its way. And this is Queen. And look, here's a castle. Lovely. Lovely tie-in. Review and be joyful. It's cover image. Yeah, so they work really, really nicely. I like these two together. Bittersweet farewell. Mastery. So that is the Oracle of the Dragon Fae with those decks. So let's pop that one to one side. And let's see if Stephen's deck, the Spirit Within Tarot, let's see how that works with the Chronicles of Destiny. Death and Mastery. Lady Spring and Queen of Swords. That's interesting because what season would you associate the swords suit? It almost could be that they were relating to the same sort of time period. Page of Cups and Lady Summer. As far as I know, Cups is associated with summer, but I'm not sure. You can see the theme here with the ladies. Let's move them on. Lady Winter. Right, Hero. Oh, Hero in Strength. Fabulous. Heroine. Upside down 5 of Pentacles. Now look at that. Look how she's pointing the sword down. I mean, the card just needs to be there, doesn't it? Look at that. How she's pointing that sword down at that person who's there on the ground, hunched over. What is she saying to him, do you think? The Emperor and the Enchanted Emporium. Well, they belong together, totally. The Emperor lives in the Enchanted Emporium. I mean, that sounds obvious. Guardian of the Books and the 10 of Pentacles. I think these two work nicely together because the black borders match the silhouettes. They're not the same theme, like I've spoken about in another video. Stephen's deck doesn't have a theme other than just being a good solid tarot deck. The reason he's used silhouettes so that we're not biased by, you know, by expressions, you know, genders, races, etc., etc. You know, it's just a silhouette. You interpret it how you interpret it. So it doesn't have a specific theme, but I think it goes well with this deck because of the black catches. Look how he's coming to slash these dreams, isn't he? He's all ready to. 3 of Pentacles, the Call. Elder, 6 of Wands. Accepting the Quest and the Star. Look at those. Beautiful, beautiful. I think you could create quite nice stories with these two decks, specifically this one, because like I said, it's based on a story and the cards follow on from each other. And that's how you use the deck. It's really a lovely deck. But you could certainly use these as a backup. Normally I give priority to the tarot decks and I use oracles for kind of supporting roles. But I think with this deck I'd be inclined to use this one as the main, because this is the one that's dictating the story. And these cards would kind of provide the supporting roles, as it were. Lovely. Super, so that's the Spirit Within deck. So that just leaves the Celtic Dragon. Now I don't think these go, even though this is medieval and kind of dragon-like, because the colors, I think for me the colors are a little bit too different. So even though the theme might be similar, I don't find the images work well together. So even though I've got them all together, some in this group work better with others, and work better than others, sorry. Yeah, this is too dark and this is too light, so I don't think those go well together. Righty ho, so that is that lot. So we have the Chronicles of Destiny fortune cards. We have the Celtic Dragon Tarot. We have the Spirit Within Tarot. And we have the Oracle of the Dragon Fae. So let me know in the comments what you reckon. 1 for absolute rubbish. 10 for match made in heaven. Let me know what you think. I shall see you in the next video. Ciao for now.